Join us now, Sara, Amanda, their mother, Kathy, and the twins, Neurosurgeon Dr. David Vansickle, all here today. And since having the surgery, what's changed the most?
Since having the surgery, having a life has changed the most.
I agree. We actually leave the house, we have friends, we go to concerts, we do things, we have a future.
You have your life back.
Yeah, mostly. It's getting there.
Mostly. Well, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that, but, you know, people hear that term OCD and they think, oh, a nuisance. But, Kathy, you actually believe in your heart and soul that if they had not gotten this surgery, that they may not be here.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Dr. Vansickle saved their lives because they had told me that if this didn't work, they had no reason to live.
And you knew after this was done that something special had taken place in some ways because you got a unique gift for Christmas after the surgery. Tell us about that.
Christmas Day, I got a hug, which is the first time they've touched me since their high school graduation, and they're almost 33 years old. And without the surgery, that never would have happened. And for a mom, that not being able to touch your children for 17 years is incredible.
How did that feel?
It was the best thing that's ever happened to me in a very, very long time.
And obviously, Dr. Vansickle, we're hearing an extreme 2 cases of OCD here. What convinced you to take what is clearly a pretty drastic measure and that they were good candidates for this?
They met the indications for having deep brain stimulation. Also, after talking to their mother, I was convinced that here were 2 individuals who were suicidal. They had a plan, and I didn't think they'd be around longer.
And you're able, with this procedure, to basically tamp down those feelings that the twins were having?
That's exactly right. What happens here is the deep brain stimulator electrodes, they inhibit an area of the brain called the nucleus accumbens. And by inhibiting that area of the brain, the anxiety doesn't build to the level that it was building before. That allows them to deal with these obsessions and compulsions more normally.
But you still struggle with your own identity, right? With who, as opposed to the 2 of you together.
Yes, that is true.
Well, I'm really proud of the 2 of you for how far you've come, but even acknowledging this, we sent the twins to life strategist Gary Cox to see if he could help Sara and Amanda break through their codependency.
Thanks for being here. You haven't been separated since, what, 15 years old?
Yes.
What is your reason for not separating from each other?
If I get to do something that she doesn't, I would feel bad, or if she got to do something I didn't, I'd probably be jealous. Another belief is not just that something bad will happen that neither one of us could handle, but if something good happened to one of us and not the other, it would actually be really painful. Like if something, like she was asked out by a cute boy, then I'd feel like, well, the only reason I ever went out with anyone is because we were sad. Or if vice versa.
I have the exact same fear.
We call those stories. Every emotion you experience stems from a story of something you're thinking about in the future or the past. Who has the ability to control that? We do. So she finds a cute guy. Your story should be what?
Good for her.
Love it. We're gonna have a scenario where we're gonna go to a spa.
Today?
Yeah. And we're gonna get separated and see how well you do with that.
Hello, welcome to the Spa and Rodeo. How are you?
Fine.
Good.
Hi, I'm looking for Amanda.
This is really different.
Right.
Really uncomfortable with it.
Oh.
I don't know what's going on out in the other room.
Okay.
It feels like it's taking a little long, but
Right.
this part's not too bad. I see the value in this.
Sara, ready to come on back?
It feels better now that I'm going, obviously.
How's it going out here?
I just feel kind of anxious because I know it's kind of a process and I don't feel like I'm waiting here.
How's this thing?
That is nice.
Here's the next challenge. I would like you to separate and spend the night in separate hotels.
I feel like for now it's gonna be no, like that's a lot of steps, like.
In one day?
Yeah. This does sound very terrifying. I agree that like this is a 10.